tell me. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Signals from the Frontline, your every Wednesday live cast brought to you by Frontline Gaming. We are your lonesome hosts. Shelby, the hobby guru, over here to my imaginary right. And me, the most scatterbrained player in 40K and floating head, Val Heffelfinger. How are you, Shell?
I'm pretty good, man. First of all, this is exciting and definitely not strange to have you there and not my buddies, which will tell you where they are and what's up in just a second.
I fired
But
them.
I've been mostly. Well, no,
They've been they've
no.
been they've been removed from the net. They're from their fake jobs
This
by
is
their
bad.
fake overlord, Val Heffelfinger,
Oh
who's
dear.
a fake person. So I mean, this is all a sham. I don't know
All
why
fake
you
news.
people are even tuning into this. This is all a bloated figment of your imaginations. It's a simulation.
Wow. In other news, I've just been mostly running around trying to get a COVID test to make sure that I'm negative before DragonCon because they have some sort of crud. But it's not COVID, so that's good. It's
Well,
just
that's
normal
good.
crud.
That's good, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why we are even virtually maintaining social distance here. Thank
yeah.
Richard. Richard's always worried about health and safety around the FLGN, and I for one appreciate it.
Got to keep him way over there. Val, what have you been up to, man? What are you doing?
Well, as anyone who's heard me on a show lately has heard, I moved, so I'm very excitedly assembling various things, chopping down trees, building a very nice lodge.
What?
I am a beaver,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun unpacking boxes, hanging pictures. Today was hanging pictures day. That was great.
Did it take you the whole day?
Pretty much, yeah,
Cool.
yeah. There's a really brutally installed floating shelf that I was like, "Pfft, I'll fix this."
Oh, but that's
Yeah, it
pretty cool though.
was brutal.
So as you guys may or may not know, Kicker kind of lives in New Orleans,
Mm,
and so that whole hurricane thing means that
yeah,
he's been really, really on the struggle bus, trying to make sure that his house is okay, his family's okay.
all
So
of
just
which
keep
are okay for the
Indeed.
record.
Further, he is fine. He is just physically and emotionally exhausted. So keep him in your thoughts and maybe just send him a nice message, give him a virtual hug, whatever you feel inclined to do. And Seth is just off doing Seth stuff. I don't know, talking about birds at some conference or something. You know,
S- Seth ultimately is for the birds,
that's
and
true.
and
For
I'm
all I
pleased.
know, he's
I'm
like,
pleased that Kicker has taken the night off because he did do a mad drive to and from New Orleans to make sure all of his worldly Warhammer possessions were stashed safely in his trunk or
he was gonna try and be here,
van.
but gosh, I'm so glad that he decided to just
It's
chill.
probably wiser. So we're gonna probably do a shorter show,
Pretty
probably
short. Hmm.
judging by the notes.
It depends on how talkative you decide to be tonight.
Well, it depends on how quickly you push me along the show notes. That's really
Is
what it
that what
comes
I'm
down to.
supposed to do? Is that
Now,
my
this
job?
could be the longest signals of all time, easily, and we might not even talk about Warhammer, or tabletop games or
Oh
whatever Frontline
gosh.
Gaming is.
All right. Okay. Well, speaking of pushing you along and talking about Warhammer, hey Val, do you want to just tell us about what's going on in the Warhammer world?
I'll tell you what's going on in the Warhammer world. Apparently, orcs are on for pre-order.
Whoop whoop.
You don't need the Seth guy to talk to you about awesome stuff that's green. Actually, this
Turn
is
him
really
green,
cool.
Richard. Turn him green.
I know the. Please don't turn me green, Richard. And I know the roadmap, much maligned roadmap, which kind of told us stuff we already knew. What was a bit of a lunchbox letdown, but let's all just be pleased that the orc release is coming so quickly behind that box. I think that's actually a really good thing. So we're seeing like the first wave of the second wave of orcs here. We're gonna get the combat patrol, which looks pretty stacked. It's got a dreadnought in it. It's got a big old unit of boys. It's got that new mega armor war boss. 3 of the new def copters. I don't know. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks real solid.
Does it warm your robotic heart?
I don't have a robotic heart. You have
Aren't
a
you?
robotic heart.
Aren't you like a Necronian? Aren't you like a
Necrons still have a soul somewhere deep inside.
in a crystal somewhere? I guess.
Yeah, it warms my weird soul crystal.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm hopeful that like the rest of the Beast Naga stuff comes out soonish, like the kill tower or whatever frightening name it has.
Oh yeah,
But
the giant thing.
I'm pretty excited about the new releases, and since there is a shed with insulation and heating that came with the house that I've moved into, I will have a hut that I can toil on various hobby projects in, which is pretty
You're gonna have a
exciting.
she shed.
What is the she? So only recently have I discovered the term she shed.
How? It was in the commercial. It was in the commercial for so long. It was like a
What
Geico
commercial?
commercial. Geico,
Dandruff
right?
commercial?
No, it was a Geico commercial, and it's like something happens
Geico.
to her shed, and it's burning down, and something about a she shed, and it's
And
I don't
then
know, man.
she
It's in a
said what?
commercial.
Awesome. Well,
It's
thanks,
great.
Geico. Um,
Thank you, Geico.
Thank you, Geico. Hey, did you subscribe to that Warhammer Plus?
I feel like I should have, and I definitely didn't. Partially because I have so many subs to so many things,
Yeah,
and also because I kind of forgot. So,
that's fine.
did you?
That's fine. I mean, it's still there as far as I know.
Do you
I
still get the
did.
model?
I think so. I think maybe you
Mm.
don't get you. I think if you signed up in the month of August, you got a $10 voucher. At least in Canada it was
Oh,
$10. Maybe somewhere else, maybe elsewhere it was less, but
fancy.
up here it was $10. Pretty cool.
Mhm, mhm.
But yeah, I signed up. I have yet to log into it and enjoy it though. I went with the Orc Mega Boss or whatever it was called. That was the mini I went with.
Oh, not the you didn't go with the is it the Vindicare? Was the
I'm
alternative? That's so
not gonna
sick
lie to you.
though.
The
It's
Vindicare looks badass. There's
mhm.
no doubt about it.
I mean, you're not
But
gonna use either of these on the table, so why didn't you just go with a more badass looking one?
no, I think that the Oruk
Mhm,
fella
mhm.
would make a great Mega Armor Beastnega War Boss themed. My arm's probably way
Okay.
out of frame when I do that.
Alright.
So Beastnega War Boss.
That's right, hunch up a little bit. There you go. Yeah.
Beastnega War Boss.
We all know which one your old boy Seth probably picked, and I'm sure that he is sad not to be here and literally wog into the mic for you guys.
No one else is sad
Uh,
about that.
what? Did you say no one?
Well, I mean, whining in a podcast is a bit
Oh,
much.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's
Oops.
unless Rich is really on the levels, I think it's
He's
I think
he's
it's
pretty
over the
great,
top.
right, guys? It's fine. But no, I also am excited because I know one of the episodes a little while ago, we were kind of wildly speculating about how long it would take to get a codex and all that super fun stuff after the combat patrol, and I think this is way sooner than I certainly thought it would be. So this is great.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
think it's really 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 good that it's coming fast on the heels,
yeah,
and hopefully that also means we get a nice FAQ real quick too,
right. Just real
because
on the ball.
there's some
We can dream.
questions. So there are some frequently asked questions
Is
that
it is
need to be
the
addressed.
the main one that I've heard about is whether or not the HQs give themselves all of the buffs, right?
That seems
They
poignant.
currently do.
I stopped at the fact that truck boys can't get in a truck. Uh, that's basically where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just chill on this book. I'm gonna unpack some stuff, and I'll come back when truck boys can get in trucks.
That makes sense. That makes
Um,
sense.
I really hope they go the extra mile because maybe I'd also like it if Burna Boys or Mega Armored knobs with the special whatever it is can get into vehicles as well because it's broken for all of them. So
Mm,
hopefully they
mhm.
don't just fix truck boys. Hopefully they fix the whole. What are those guys? Special boys or whatever. You know what they
I
are.
don't know. I
The clever
did
guys.
yeah, you the listeners know.
I think one major thing I wanted to plug on behalf of our friends at Frontline Gaming, where you can get all your hobby goods for less than you would elsewhere, is SoCal. SoCal's coming up, and definitely wanted to highlight that the tickets are available for that. Down in the Del Mar Fairgrounds, across the street from the beach. Always need to dispel those beliefs that it's actually taking place on a beach. This was a lie told by Reese Robbins to sell tickets early in the history of SoCal.
Is it
But
not
now
on
that
a beach?
it's near a beach, it's beach adjacent.
Mm.
But I've been to the area. I've actually circled the fairgrounds just to get a good feel for it outside of SoCal season, and it's a really cool area. There's a really beautiful golf course that no one would be allowed to play at nearby. Beautiful park of some kind on the cliffs. Yeah, I'm really selling it, but it is great. Great. I'm gonna be there. You gonna be
There's
there,
a
Shell?
golf course no one's allowed to play at.
Well, it's probably private. I don't think it's. I don't think it's a.
Ah,
I don't think it's
I
a. Everyone's allowed there kind of
I
thing.
will I will not be there, unfortunately, mostly because I'm lame.
No, that's fine.
It's very
Lame.
simple.
The world needs lame people too.
Does it
I'm
though?
lame most of the time, believe it or not. In
There's no
fact,
way.
one
Impossible.
some might even say all of the time.
Sad.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I mean, that's the headline thing. If you guys are, if you are able to access Southern California and you want a really good time in the waning days of October, swing on over to frontlinegaming.org and get yourself some tickets.
Do it. Val, so mostly just to
Shelby,
backtrack for 2 seconds.
did I pass? Did I miss something?
No. I'm just curious about, like, did you have any indication that Space Wolves were getting new rules any at all whatsoever?
Hold on, I'm getting something here.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, there's wolf spear rules in White Dwarf. This is breaking. This is
By
breaking
golly.
news to
No
me.
way. It's gonna be another, like, I'm sure one pager of just, like, some strats, but, like, it said index wolf spear, so I don't know what that's gonna be. Uh, I'm pretty curious because the Harlequins were just a blip in White Dwarf last year.
Yeah.
Um, so
I'm
cool.
pleased at least for the Space Wolves that they've come up with a new noun combination. I don't know that they've ever paired wolf and spear yet.
I don't know that I've ever seen a space wolf with a spear before. It's always axes and swords with those guys.
Yeah, I hope it's just a giant icicle. I think that would be great.
Or I at least hope somebody really creative just uses a bunch of giant icicles.
Huge icicle. I know. Peter the Falcon is interested in creating a Winter Wonderland themed orc army. Maybe there could be a little
Is he gonna put
crossover
little
there.
Santa hats on all of the orcs?
I think it's more to do with the snowmen. He has some sort
Hmm.
of a lead on snowmen. I
I
don't
would
know.
rather
The
have Santa
Falcon
orc.
acts in mysterious ways.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. So SoCal, any other fun FLG stuff for now, or is that pretty much the only thing on the horizon?
I think I'd like to commit to SoCal
Yeah.
as the banner item,
Mhm.
and definitely go out and pick up some tickets for that. There's a bunch of different events. It's also in a massive fairground. They have tremendous amount of space. It'll be it's quasi open air. It's fantastic. It
Are you
is a
saying there's
really
a Ferris wheel?
yes, and it's there's a Ferris wheel on the beach. You actually have to wade 2 or 3 feet deep before you can get on the Ferris bucket. And Reese is actually just turning a giant crank, and that's how it moves.
That's all he does the whole weekend.
Yep,
He gets
and that's
freaking
why he grows the
ripped.
mustache out. He'll start it out again soon.
That made him
Reese,
look like a carny.
exactly.
Mhm.
Can't You can't be hand cranking a Ferris wheel without a greasy mustache.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Excellent.
Save me, Shelby. I have talked myself
I
way
don't
into
think
a
I
corner.
can. I kinda wanna just see what happens if you keep going down this, like, circular path. Cool. Alright, so, get your SoCal stuff. In terms of shows that you either may have missed or things for you to look forward to,
Mhm.
Chapter Tactics did the other side of their codex review, and so they're going into their, they titled the episode 50 Shades of Grey Knights. So,
That was me.
I
That was definitely me. I don't know how it
like
did. I don't. We'll have to see how it played to the focus groups.
I feel like it's really low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I did do a quick cursory Google, but just to see how many times the joke had already been made.
Uh-huh.
It felt like it wasn't that many times,
Alright.
so I just went with it.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. So, I mean, if you enjoyed their breakdown of Thousand Suns, or if you enjoyed their breakdown of stuff in general, I'm sure that they will point out some hot tips and tricks for you to peruse for Grey Knights if you're a Grey Knights player, or if you're not a Grey Knights player, you can figure out what to prepare yourself for. I've heard they've been like doing a pretty decent job. I don't know if they've had any time really to be played in tournaments.
Grey Knights.
Yeah,
It
not like
seems
a
like there's a
lot.
lot of excitement for it. I feel like everyone has access to Grey Knights. Like someone there's everyone just got a glass case in their house, smash the window, pull out the granites when there's like some rules that can be used. So yeah, I suspect people are giving them a little bit of table time,
Fair
but
enough.
there's a great night for all seasons. So this too shall pass.
This too shall pass. The chief librarian has a new episode, which I thought was actually
Mhm.
incredibly adorable. So
Yeah.
he chats with Lou Rollins about how to break into hobbying with your family and children. So talking about how to get your kids into the hobby and what sort of aspects they might enjoy and how to help them along and get them interested. It's really, really sweet. I love it. I honestly have never really thought about that conversation because I don't have kids. And
Yeah.
so it's just really sweet that somebody would go into the time to explain, like, hey, if you would like your kids to enjoy this thing, here's how to do it. And then they discuss world spirits. It's an
What
Eldari
what do you
thing.
what do you think about that? I mean, I think this is an interesting topic. What do you because I have a young son,
Yeah.
and do I want this life for him? You know, like this is I think an important question. Like, I mean, this is a deep rabbit hole we find ourselves in here. Maybe the next generation has a chance to break free.
Do you want them to? I thought, do you not do this because you like it?
I mean,
Al, do you blink
of
twice if you
course.
need help?
Oh, I need help. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that's well established. No, I'm just being jokey,
For
but yeah,
sure.
I don't
But
know.
I mean, like, it's intimidating, and I mean, it's not just I'm sure a lot of what he discusses doesn't just have to apply to 40K, right? It can
Oh,
apply to
sure.
any minis games that would be really more accessible for kids. I know there are a bunch of kids who have been coming into our game store recently,
Yeah.
painting their first D&D minis, and it's super
Oh,
adorable. But I
I
think
think,
it's great. It
well,
creates bonding
of course, it's great. I
experiences.
mean, we were all kids at some point getting into this. I think for the right kids, like it's like just an amazing thing to like you open a door and there's like a table full of miniature burned out nightmare and two alien armies fighting each other. It's the coolest thing ever. So
Rah.
just got to capture that imagination, right?
Yeah, I think well, and out of curiosity, because I think the first thing in my head is I'm really protective of my shit, for no real reason, honestly. But I'm always worried, like my dogs occasionally get into stuff that I think is that is important to me, and I don't want them to tear up. And so my biggest concern would be like my children messing up the models or breaking them, because turns out GW is not cheap. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah.
Uh, do you like? And I guess, is there just like a switch that flips and you just don't care and all that really matters is enjoying that with your family?
I suspect there would be the beater models that you might maybe
Mm,
get some of those second edition grots out that you just wouldn't mind seeing ground into dust by the hundred. Those kinds of models, the models that derpy space marines holding their bolter chest high. That's maybe what Junior's first miniature might look like, or just toss them a bunch of bits and some glue. And, maybe that's a terrible idea. In fact, don't
I
do
think
that.
that'd be
Don't
amazing.
do that. Yeah. No.
Just hand them something and then
Here's
toss some glue and
yeah.
bits and just let them roll around in
Here's a
it.
bag
It's
full
not a
of
bad
choking
idea.
hazards and some
Yeah.
chemicals. Go nuts, kid. Yeah. No,
Pro
this is a bad idea.
parenting.
Don't do that.
Pro parenting. So, I just to really quickly, somebody in chat asked if Frankie and Reese do signals from the front line anymore. I hate to be the one to burst your bubble but unfortunately,
We
friend,
are Frankie and Reese, actually.
for
Um,
yep, I have shaved my mustache. I am Reese. I can't do
yes.
his voice. I would try and do the voice for you guys, but
Hey,
I hate.
Frankie. Yeah. Um,
But yeah, so unfortunately, friend in chat, I we they retired quote unquote, and may return to another project, or will guest occasionally. But Reese found himself needing some time to
yeah.
not to do this.
Yeah. I think he's doing push-ups now. I think that's
Yeah,
kind of what he does.
like
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
For sure. The only other thing I think is worth mentioning is I'm sure there are some GTs for you guys to look out for in the Thursday show on Thursdays, not
Hmm.
Fridays, contrary to popular belief, is where you can catch kind of a breakdown of lists and what you can expect out of some upcoming GTs. So
Yep.
give that a
Thursday
listen.
show, 9 o'clock Eastern. Heck yeah.
Yeah, man. 9 o'clock Eastern. That's right.
tomorrow. I'll
Um,
be producing it, so probably more like 9:20.
so just get ready to sit there awkwardly for a little while. Don't worry,
Yeah,
guys. It's
yeah,
fine.
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Any other thoughts or anything you want to chat about before we move
Yeah,
into the
we had Grim After Dark after the show wraps. I think I have to check to see. Hopefully, Tyler has given us an edited version of it. Nick Nanavati came and everything fell apart.
Oh no.
It was a disaster in the middle, and then the middle to the pretty much almost the end. I would say would be the disaster, and then right at the end, it's hilarious because we come back after a long hiatus of melting down. So that
That's
was fun.
a
You know,
brutal
like
honesty right there.
well, Grim After Dark is it's hard hitting, it's honest, it's authentic,
Mhm.
and you know, it's just two guys and a bunch of TV screens. So I think
So many
if you
TV
like
screens.
if you like yeah. Anyway, it's a great show.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Okay. Oh man. I do love Danny and John and their variety of guests and stuff. It
Mhm.
makes me happy. All right. The part of the show that never changes for you guys. Your competitive breakdown. I don't have man, you guys really miss Seth probably because he's like actually good at this. Normally he would give you some really cool breakdown of a meta somewhere out
Mhm.
there.
Yep.
But we're not gonna do that. I'm just
Nope.
gonna tell you who's winning.
Yeah.
Stuff
Give us some
and
names.
names. Yeah, boy. So in your 40K competitive track, the Boy King himself is still in first place, John Lennon, followed
Mhm.
up by Sean Naden.
Mhm.
Then third is Brad Chester.
Okay.
Fourth, Mark Hurdle. And fifth, Charlie Andre.
Charlie Andre.
I who what does this person play? Because I feel
Well,
like their other names are familiar to me. Maybe just because they've been on the list forever.
we'll carry on to the hobby track, and maybe
Fair
we'll
enough.
double back to an in-depth live
Just
analysis
a live analysis of the track.
of
This is gonna
Charlie
go
Andre.
real great. Your hobby track for 40K. First place is Lee Harris. Second place,
Really.
JT Steer. Third, Nicholas Winker. Fourth, Noah Benham. Fifth, Scott Boucher. Good job, guys. Hold on for the rest of the ITC track. Your AOS competitive track. In first place so far is Anthony Trentinelli. I think he's had that spot for a hot minute. Second is James O'Brien. Third is Noah Aquino. Fourth is Ramon Okay, it says SLIVA on the ITC list. So Sliva, but my brain sees Silva. And I
Hmm.
really want to know if that's
Mm-hmm.
a typo. But I'm going to say what it says on ITC, which is Sliva.
Slip
And then
up.
fifth is Jack Ballard. Your AOS hobby track, first is Noah Aquino, second is Nick Garcia, third is Chris Hernandez, fourth is Chris Doherty, and fifth is Ramon Sliva.
Are you sure it's not Silva?
I don't. It says it in ITC. It's SLIVA,
Ramon Sliva.
right? That just
It could
there's
be.
just no way. My brain says Silva. I'm just gonna thank you, KR Quinn. I will go with my brain.
Go with
Let's
brain.
let's say it's
Let's
Silva.
just jump back to our friend Charlie Andre with some in-depth look
Do it.
at Charlie's performance. You know, no slouch here. He had a fifth place showing at the Atlantic City Open way back in June. He
Mhm.
came second at the Show Me Showdown, and he even placed first with Drakari at the Iowa. Wow, that was
Mm.
brutal. Sorry, I don't know what. See, I can't even pretend to wah. It
I'm
gets
really
caught in the
upset with you a
throat.
little bit.
Iowa GT. So he's had
Uh-huh.
some really good finishes. Won a bunch of RTTs by the looks of it.
Mhm.
This feels like a Midwesterner kind of tyrant.
Aw,
This Charlie Andre.
a tyrant, you say?
Well,
Is he
I mean,
is does he run Drakari and all of that?
nope. Dark Angels, Drakari, Cult
Interesting.
Mechanicus. Someone needs
Yeah.
to tell the powers that be at Frontline that they should change it to Adeptus Mechanicus, not Cult Mechanicus. I mean,
I
maybe I'm getting a little
wouldn't we
big for
just
my
tell
britches
you?
here. What?
Wouldn't we Yeah. Val, I've got something I need to tell you.
What? What's up?
Have you considered changing Cult Mechanicus to Adeptus Mechanicus on the page?
No, never. Not in a million
Also,
years.
just in case you didn't realize this, if you like on the little pull down tab window thing, are you okay up there?
I
Did
got
you
water in my
actually?
nose for that spit take.
I didn't actually think you had done that. Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
god.
that wasn't special effects. That's how they used to do it. It's
I'm so proud of you. So it still says 2020 in all of the tracks on the pull down tabs, just so
cool,
you
cool,
know.
cool.
Since you're the guy to tell, it would appear.
Well, actually, if you're on the Frontline Gaming ITC like current rankings page, the actual website is the URL is actually the ITC 2015 rankings. They
Oh,
get
wow.
updated.
Just really, really winning there.
Yep. Oh, that's good.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, thank you, chat, for pointing out. Was that moonshine?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Is
yeah.
that the
No,
good
that's
kind of
that's what
time
I
you're
drink.
having in Canada?
Pure moonshine. Actually, around here it's Screech.
Oh my god, is it really?
Yeah. Well, not around
S-
here, but East Coast is Screech.
The more you know.
It's actually a distilled version of that character from Saved by the Bell. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone know
Bueller?
that reference?
Bueller?
No? Cool.
Mm-mm, not me.
Bueller,
Sorry,
very
buddy.
similar.
Okay, cool. So there's that. You guys learned a little bit more about Charlie Andre than you probably thought you would today. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I
We're
got
bringing the content.
to A plus content, my friends.
Mhm.
Val, do you have anything else? We don't really have questions for you guys. That's on us. We didn't, given the
Chat. Ask
chaos.
us an AMA.
Yeah.
Ask
Oh,
ask
yeah.
ask me anything. Ask Shelby. In fact, ask
Mm-mm.
Shelby anything. Me,
No, ask
I'll
Val. It's
take
way
I'll
more
pick and
interesting.
choose. I'll pick and
Ask
choose.
Richard anything. Ask Richard.
Yeah,
Why
I'll
did you put?
interpret his answers.
What did I do to deserve the floating? There's two Vals on screen. Come
Yeah,
on.
you got to update your floating vowel head. It's yeah, I've got a officially produced. I do look like a sweaty tryhard. That's true, because I am in fact a sweaty tryhard. Um,
Oh
whoa!
man.
Apparently, Screech has passed. I didn't know that. Thus making my reference inappropriate, and I apologize. Um, yeah, it hasn't been. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Oh
I'll
man.
Google that next.
I know that you
Apparently,
didn't.
next time I come onto a live show at the end of the day, maybe take the
Dab,
shine
dab,
off,
dab a little bit.
and then don't pour water all over myself for no reason.
It was for a really good purpose, okay? The people who listen to the podcast won't know, but the like 20 people watching right now, they're going to really appreciate that.
I'm sure our podcast listeners will appreciate the spiking of levels and the aggressive hitting of my microphone. I think those
Ah,
are all things that really add to it. Go to Chinese. Go ahead, Shelby. Got
What?
something?
Oh, go to. Oh gosh, there's so. Where did?
Barbecue duck.
Oh
The
god,
whatever the duck is. You know
barbecue
you.
duck.
Yeah, I like the Chinese barbecue.
I,
When you're walking down the street and like you look up and there's a bunch of barbecued animals
I
in the front
like
window.
just chicken fried rice. I'm a super basic lady. Can't say that word. Just gonna. Yep, I'm very basic when it comes to Chinese food. Um,
That's fine.
I'm sorry, Corey. I don't have a stash, and neither does Val really at the moment.
Mm-mm.
How do you hobby your wolf pelts? Oh, so Wolf Priest Jarl. I have there's a knight back there somewhere. I don't know where he is, but he has a giant like wolf pelt on him. So he's a space wolf knight. And I just went to Hobby Lobby and got like a little square, like I got some fur fabric and just nastied it up and put a bunch of stuff on it and put blood and washes on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe you meant like to be silly and sarcastic, but in actuality, if you want to do fun stuff with wolf pelts, like an actual pelty sort of thing, that's it. Otherwise, just lots of dry brushing. Like the wolf pelts on the models, just so much dry brushing.
Yeah.
All of it. Oh,
I
NOLA
feel like
open registration?
yeah, NOLA Open. Well, obviously we'll have to see how things go
Right.
for New Orleans. Although yeah, I think we're still sort of early days there.
I wonder what GW is going to do.
I also wonder.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I was looking forward to it, but
Yeah,
it
but
feels weird.
Well, and there's going to be some real logistical issues there. I mean, they're in the midst of a real bad time. They still don't have power. It's a lot of people have left the city. So yeah, it's
Right.
I think not the time to be thinking about Warhammer tournaments in New Orleans. Maybe we'll be able
Fair.
to talk about that sooner rather than later, though.
Yeah. Corey, I am not married to Seth the Mad Duck.
I
Just
am.
in case. But we are IRL buddies. So we live in the same city, and we're really, really good friends. He and his wife and myself and my husband hang out a lot, play board games. We're generic nerds together, hence our rapport. But no, super good friends. He's pretty cool. We
He's
miss
also
him.
shiny.
He is.
Yeah.
See, you can't be worried about your shine.
Well,
You're just bringing the shine that we normally would have had with Seth.
you know,
You know what I'm saying?
I
You
get
know
it.
what I'm saying?
I get it. I know what you're saying.
You know what
I
I'm
know
saying.
what you're saying.
Yeah. Thanks for giving us some silly questions, guys. That was nice.
That's good.
That's
A
fun.
lot, just padding those stats. Padding
Yeah,
those
buddy.
stats.
Can't
Great.
just have a 20-minute show. That'd be silly.
This has got to have been at least an hour and a half. 20 minutes? Apparently, hold on, I'm getting something here. We're at 38 minutes because I took too long to report what the producer said. So I think that's good. I think
Oh,
that's a show.
yeah, that was good. That was good,
That was a
Val. Thank
show. Under
you.
the circumstances, we're down a kicker.
Hmm.
Shelby is getting pipe cleaner shoved up her nose today.
It was great.
I'm sweaty and gross. And Seth is, I don't know, talking to birds somewhere.
Talking about birds.
So
Yes.
hopefully it was entertaining, if not substantive. Substantive
Substantive. Yes, you got there.
today.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed, having Val on is a nice treat. Yell at him to come and do this more often, or don't, because he's probably a very busy person.
We're all busy, Shelby. We're
Yeah,
all
that's
busy.
fair. That's fair. But yeah,
Yeah.
love you
No
guys.
one's.
If you're going to Dragon Con this weekend, be safe. Don't be crazy.
Are
I'm
you?
going to Dragon Con this weekend, and
So
I
you
will certainly
and so you might be safe, but you look crazy.
I will be crazy. It's gonna be great. We're not gonna show anybody that picture of my Squirtle Squad costume at all. It's gonna stay a secret. If you guys see a Squirtle or like a group of Squirtles walking around at the con this weekend, it is me and my friends, probably. And if there's another group of Squirtles walking around at the con, also let me know. That way we can go get them off our turf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just gonna throw this out there. Unify the Squirtles.
What? That's not how gangs work,
Bring
Val.
bring the Squirtles together.
Just a giant squad of Squirtles.
Many
There's like
Squirtles
20.
strong. Squirrel together strong. There we go. Squirrel together strong.
Oh man. All right.
I
Excellent.
love the Squirtle.
Do you though?
I'm actually.
You
I'm
acted very
I'm gonna
scared.
level with you, Shell. I'm
Oh,
gonna level with you, Shell. This is the right way it is. I don't know what a Squirtle is. What is it? Other than something that will haunt my nightmares when
it's
you're
a
dressed like it.
it's a Pokemon, Val.
Pokemon. Got it. Cute. It's a cute Pokemon. You heard it here first, folks. Squirtles are in fact cute Pokemon.
I'm dead. I'm fucking dead.
I think that's the show for today. Going out on a high note. Chat, thanks for hanging in there with us while we made our way through this stroll through the what's happening in wargaming this week. Tune in tomorrow for a good show, a Thursday show, which will be action packed as always with Paul Murphy, Adam Camilleri, and maybe Alan. Think so. Probably Alan.
Probably.
Yeah. Right on. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Val. Have a
You're
great
welcome,
night.
Joe.